YouTube's 2018 Rewind video has a run for its money for being the most disliked ratioed video on YouTube, except this one has barely any views. But surprisingly, it's an important video with a major Democratic congressman who has been propped up by the mainstream media. I'm seeing him all over the place on CNN, on MSNBC, announcing that he is running for the presidency in 2020. That, of course, is Eric Swallwell, who just released a video. Only 13,818 views. The dislike and like ratio is absolute. This is a big story here, Jason. Look at the dislike to the like ratio. We have some more statistics on the top right-hand corner. We're going to review this video. There's so much else to talk about. Swallwell deciding not only his candidacy. Yeah, Jason, you pointed it out right there. 42 upvotes. Only 42 people out of 14,000 people decided, oh, yeah, get this guy a little upvote. 3,200 individuals are like, no. Jason, do you want to intro the big announcement? Again, this is a big story. The media loves him. He's all over the place. One of the last people to give up the Russian collusion narrative. That's why he was on so many of these shows. But just shows you that the mainstream media portrays not reality and the absolute opposite of that, and how this guy is unpopular. You want to intro this clip, Jason?
Yeah, and by the way, he's already out there saying that he will not accept anything but the full unredacted Mueller report, and he does not endorse the interpretation of AG Barr. The fact that this thing, probably has, they're a little bit behind on the algorithm, maybe 15,000 views is pathetic enough. But
yeah, but Jason, really quick, he wants the full unredacted. The intelligence agencies are redacting it. Mueller is helping redact it. And he's, again, doing a political thing that is very dishonest here. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that was never going to happen. That was never an option. Even AG Barr today, while he was before legislators, said, look, you're going to get the report. It's going to be redacted. It's coming within the next week. And we all knew that was the thing. He's political grandstanding. But, hey, he's out in the snow like you and me, Luke. It snowed on April 5th here. He's from California. What's he doing in the snow? But let's see what the man has to say. Because obviously this is a genuine guy. He's not a politician.
Greetings from Sac City, Iowa. This is where I was born. My dad was a police officer. My mom, she made dollhouses in the garage that she sold and baked wedding cakes.
Somehow we raised them.
Oh, she made dollhouses and baked wedding cakes. And, my mom and my pa, I grew up in a nice area. Look, I'm taking a selfie video with everybody. Look how down to earth. You take selfie videos, don't you, huh? He's throwing on some kind of an accent. Come on.
He's from California. Total, come on.
All the same, and one of them turns out to be a Democrat.
They just wanted one thing from me. It's where I learned about the promise of America, to be the first in the family to go to college. I'm on the road in Iowa right now. My wife and our 2 kids in
He likes pizza from a gas station. Luke, let me stop right now. He loves it.
Shitty, crappy food like all of us, like all poor Americans. He's just like you, pushing a car. What the hell is he doing there? What is he, showing off his FaceTime with some chick?
I think it's FaceTime with the kids. But, hey, I'll tell you right now, I'm a pizza guy. You know this, Luke. I'll flip a pie on you. But I like some nice and easy, greasy, from a horrible convenience store pizza sometimes. And that lets me know this Swallwell, he's a good man. Let's continue.
He looks like a total corporate chill.
Looking them,
gas station pizza? The dude probably threw it out right away.
Yeah.
When given an obstacle that no one thinks that he can overcome, he does.
Heard that there was a gun shop in town that would be open to just talking to me about just some of the legislation we're considering.
You tell him he can't do something, he's going to do it.
Today we are just...
So, for those that don't know,
the legislation. Hold on, Jason. The legislation he's considering. Swallwell literally is calling for gun confiscation from legal firearm owners. Not legislation. Again, he's toning it down here because he knows most of the Americans won't vote for that. Again, he's changing his major stance here and trying to water it down. When in reality, he believes in almost total gun confiscation, and he's talking about having a conversation. No. He is far left on this ideology, which of course is one of his main platforms that he's running on.
Yeah, and again, I'm not seeing much of that. We'll see if we get to the conversation with the guy, but he just kind of stepped into the gun shop, started talking, and they're like, all right, hard cut, let's cut it.
Governing crisis to crisis. I'm from the first generation that might do worse than our parents. We can't do nothing. We have to, in this country,
We can't do nothing.
Go big on the issues we take on. Most Americans believe we need to have coverage for all when it comes to health care. Be bold in the solutions we offer. Most Americans believe that to be free of gun violence. I went to the funeral for 4 police officers who were killed by an assault weapon. We should take the most dangerous weapons out of the hands of the most dangerous people and do good in the way that we govern.
Wait, we're going to take away the most dangerous weapons from the most dangerous people. So are we going pre-crime? The criminals that already have illegal, dangerous weapons, we're going to take them from them, are we? That's how we'll do it. Huh. That makes a lot of sense.
And what is he, Matthew McConaughey doing a Lincoln car commercial? Look, I drive too, guys. Look, I'm an average man of the people. No, you're not. You're an upper establishment, uber, freaking Democrat, limousine liberal. All right, let's call out for what it is. Let's keep playing it here.
And most Americans agree that to address climate chaos, to make sure your house doesn't end up underwater or on fire.
All right, so here's what you do, guys.
Look at the fear mongering.
To make sure that your house doesn't go underwater or on fire. Number one, you don't get a house in a flood zone, and I'd say you're 99.999% certain that your house is not going to go underwater. And then to keep it from a fire, I would say don't set it on fire. Have good electric. Maybe have a fire extinguisher in case of an emergency. I wouldn't be worried about climate change.
In your house. Don't believe into the notion of not climate change, climate chaos. Now that's the fear mongering thing that he's putting out there. Absolutely insane. Let's go on with this bootleg map.
We should do something about it, but make sure that we're not pitting workers against their job. The economy is not the unemployment rate. Donald Trump was bold, but a lot of what he was bold about was just bullshit. And the economy.
Whoa!
He got the B word.
Whoa! He's not afraid.
That's gonna hurt him in the algorithm.
Oh, let me tell you something. He's not afraid to get down to the nitty-gritty of some PG-13 language. Hey, we play that after 10 o'clock on cable, and I'm going to let people know I'm not afraid to use that word.
It's you. You look your family in the eyes and ask, how is our future any better off than before this guy came around? I've got just under $100,000 in student loan debt today. Are you doing better?
Wait, he has student loan debt?
And dreaming bigger? We can do all of that.
Go big, be bold, do good.
All right, I'm with Ruchir from Doherty Valley High School. He's the winner of the Congressional App Challenge. Ruchir, tell us a little bit about what it is.
Hey guys, I'm Ruchir. I have an app called
What was that last part about? The last part made no sense at all.
No, it made all the sense in the world. Listen, he's for our youth, but not just any youth. Some kind of we're not sure what his ethnicity is, but it's certainly not white. Not that that's bad. I mean, listen, I'm sure the kid is very talented. He's being used as a political dupe in this whole process. Again, what I saw here, Luke, is I saw a commercial for a very edgy, new age politician who gets it, who's not afraid to speak truth to power, who wants to have a conversation about gun rights, not afraid to step into that gun shop, and he's going to do good by the people so that our generation doesn't do worse than our parents' generation. So basically, horse shit from beginning to end.
Yeah, I mean, he even says here, I've got just under $100,000 in student loan debt. Why should we trust a man that can't handle his finances and is in debt? It makes absolutely no sense at all. I get perpetrating this stupid asinine idea every time I see him on TV. I'm like, what? I get frustrated to just how much he's being promoted. CNN has him. Swallwell says he's open to running on a 2020 ticket with Biden. Biden's not going to do that. All the other frontrunners, they're talking about identity politics, race politics, and interjecting that. He is definitely not along with what his party wants him to be. And again, just seeing him on Bill Maher, on CNN, on MSNBC, with just absolute lunacy. Not only should his debt be questioned, but also specifically how he just perpetrated this Russian collusion lie for years, but predominantly how he still hasn't mainly given it up. And still right afterwards, he was like, no, there's still collusion. There's still collusion. When obviously everyone woke up to the reality, hey, there isn't any as well. There's also some accusations against him that haven't been confirmed. Do you want to get into that, Jason?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things out there. Basic politician stuff. Cernovich is saying that he has evidence that Swallwell settled a sexual harassment lawsuit. Remember, he's a married family man, Luke. Those are babies in them there arms. He's FaceTiming his kids. Look at this man's haircut and suit. I'm just saying that Cernovich is putting out the allegations. Love Cernovich, hate Cernovich. He usually doesn't put allegations out this without some kind of documentation. That's all I'm going to say.
He's been correct sometimes before, but he also has been hyperbolic sometimes before, which does need to be honestly called out. But again, take that as you may be. There's also some other news about him putting a donor's daughter on the payroll.
Yeah.
The byline here reading. You want to get into that, Jason?
Yeah, again, this is just standard nepotism. So I believe this was all the way back in 2014. On his first campaign and afterwards. But again, dude, we know this. Politicians, just like Ocasio-Cortez, a little consultant money from a boyfriend. And, hey, my donor's daughter, she needs a job. I'll put her on the payroll. This stuff, nepotism, it's not new. And I'll be honest. When I looked up this guy, he's pretty new. 2012 is when he gains office. So there's not a bunch of dirt out there except for what Cernovich put out there, the standard nepotism stuff, and then, yeah, the gun grabbing stuff. It is kind of funny to see that he would be open to the ticket with Biden, seeing this was back in December before all the creepy Joe wave hit in the last couple of weeks. And again, before he officially announced he was going to be running for the presidency. But people have known this guy was targeted all the way back in October, November, even September. There were articles trying to promote him. I think he's dead in the water. He doesn't have any name recognition. And anybody that can't even garner, let's be honest, 50,000 or 100,000 views within the first couple of days, let alone 100 likes, has no chance at the presidency whatsoever. None. I don't care how much establishment money and propaganda gets behind him. Sorry, bro. Not happening. You'll be staying in Cali. You'll be going back to Cali.
I mean, the propaganda is strong. I mean, he's only 38 years old. It's his fourth term as a congressman. And again, the media, this is the bigger point I wanted to make throughout this entire video. The media is pushing him to try to be as prominent as possible. And of course, they are showing a picture of reality that is not reality. It's fiction. It's manipulated. When people look at this man and look at his videos, look at his values, they don't like him. You could see that by the like to dislike ratio. You could see that by the view count. You could see that by how the public is actually reacting compared to the picture of the media that is painting around all of this. And I think it's important to highlight a lot of these bigger misgrievances, a lot of these bigger misconceptions, because people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also widely by poll numbers is not as favorable as people make her out to be. She's not as prominent as people make her out to be. Now, again, polls should be questioned. They are somewhat accurate, but I think she definitely does not speak for the majority of Americans. So doesn't this go big, be bold, do good guy, since, again, he just screams establishment politics, has been perpetrating the lines of the intelligence agencies with this fake Russian collusion, and has been holding on to them longer than anyone else before in his absolute manic delusion of trying to convince that Russia has somehow usurped our democracy, which is absolute bullcrap. He's been one of the biggest perpetrators, one of the biggest voices, one of the biggest mouthpieces for the intelligence agencies, and still, as you said, Jason, he can't even garner 100 likes. That's our take on it. What do you think of this candidate? Let us know in the comment section below. We, of course, look forward to your feedback. What should be his actual byline? It's go big, be bold, do good. What should be the real byline? Let me know in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more here on We Are Change.org. 4 videos a day now, 3 on the backup, 1 on the main. Click the notification button to make sure you see them all. Thank you again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more.